tell the viewers what it was like to get the call that you're going to fight Muhammad Ali. Yeah, what was your emotions then, if you can recall?
First of all, I was supposed to fight him before.
Okay.
So people say, actually, and he backed out of the fight. I fought a guy called Mike DeJohn. I have to give you a little bit of history on this one.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I was supposed to fight, Ernie Terrell was supposed to fight a guy called Mike DeJohn on September 26, 1963 in Louisville, Kentucky. The old Friday night fights. I don't know, you wouldn't remember because you're too young, but they used to have the Friday night fights.
My dad used to tell me all the time, yeah.
Gillette Cavalcade of Sports with the sponsor. Anyway, they called me up on my birthday, my 26th birthday. I was living in Detroit at the time. So they said, George, you want to fight Mike DeJohn? Ernie Terrell pulled out of the fight. So I go. I'm in Louisville now. On the Sunday before the Friday, and next day on Monday I go to the pre-fight weigh-in, pre-fight medical, and the boxing promoter for that show was a guy called Bill King. And he said to me, George, Cassius Clay is here. He signed the fight, the winner of your fight. If Mike DeJohn wins, he'll fight Mike DeJohn. If you win, he'll fight you. Would you sign to fight him? Would you agree to fight him? I said, sure. So we're supposed to fight this September. Like a month and a half later, November 8th, we would have been fighting in either Louisville or in Miami Beach. Anyway, make a long story short, I fight Mike DeJohn. I knock him out twice in the fight to win a 10-round split decision. Knock him out twice. Wow. Actually, I knocked him out in the second round, and he laid down in the corner. He was knocked out, and they try to give me the gears in the fight. They stopped the fight. I lost the round for so-called cross buttocking, which is I knocked him out with a hook to the body, hook to the head, draped over the ropes, and I pummeled him. Bing, 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 bing. He slithered down the ropes, knocked out. And after when they asked the referee, why did you take the round away from Chuvalo, says for cross buttocking. I mean, it was like I did like a hip check in hockey. It was a joke. It was just it was all baloney. Anyway, they stopped the fight. They gave him a 5-minute rest. I told my trainer, I said, Teddy, take off my gloves. I'm not fighting anymore. I've knocked him out fair and square. I can see they're trying to give me the gear. So one glove goes off, another glove goes off, one bandage goes off. All of a sudden, the commissioner comes in, a little short, fat, little white guy. Yeah. And he says, George, what y'all doing? Louisville, Kentucky, right? So, what y'all doing? I said, I want to fight fair and square. I'm not fighting anymore. He says, George, y'all don't fight. Y'all don't get paid. I said, Teddy, put the gloves back on. So the fight resumes. I knock him down again in the 6th round. And he barely gets up. I knock him down again. The referee picks him up.
Really?
Picks him up, dusts off his gloves,
get back in there.
To give him a standing 8 count. Which you're not supposed to do that. You can't help the other guy.
Helps him up.
And we did. Anyway, after the fight, I was lucky to win the fight. The referee voted a draw. It was a joke, but the 2 judges voted for me. I beat him every round. I knocked him out twice. I was lucky to win the decision. After the fight, Muhammad Ali, or Cassius Clay as his own then, says, I'm not fighting George Chuvalo. He fights rough and tough like a washerwoman. And I didn't know what he meant by a washerwoman, but it was the fact that I had the guy over the ropes and looked like I was doing the scrub board. Bang, 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 bang.
So he was already scared of you.
He didn't want to fight. So when people say to me, were you afraid to fight Muhammad Ali? I said, why would I be afraid of a guy who's afraid of me? You know what I mean? Why would I be afraid?
That's amazing.
So anyway, but what I didn't realize was the one reason why he didn't want to fight me, because in the interim he had signed to fight Sonny Liston in Miami Beach on February the 25th. So why take a fight with a kind of a tough guy, right? So why would you do that? Why take a chance? Anyway, he fought Liston. He beat Liston
for the belt.
For the belt, champion. Then he beat him again in Lewiston, Maine, in a return match. Now, in the meantime, I fought a guy called Ernie Terrell, who was the WBA champion, World Boxing Association champion. Ali was the WBC champion, World Boxing Council champion. I fought Terrell. I beat Ernie Terrell. Didn't give it to me, but
I heard that because it was in the States. Was it because it was in the States?
His manager, who was manager of record, was a guy called Bernie Glickman, who was the front man for Tony Accardo. Tony Accardo.
I know the
was
big
a big
tuna.
mob boss.
The big
in
tuna.
Chicago, yeah, big Chicago. Yeah, big tuna.
I know the big tuna.
You know about it. Anyway. So he was the front man for Tony Accardo, because Tony Accardo, because of his criminal record, couldn't get a license in the United States, anywhere in the States. So Bernie Glickman was the front man. Bernie Glickman threatened my manager. He said to him, I'm going ahead of the story. When I left to leave the Seaway Towers down the lakeshore the night of the fight, I'm with my trainer, and he was in the back seat. I was in the front seat with Irving, my manager, and we're driving along Lakeshore Road, bitter cold November one day, 1965. And I remember my manager looking out the water. Then he drive the car. All of a sudden, he smashes the dash. Whack! Whacked it again. And after about 3 or 4 times, I said, Herbie, are you okay? I'm nervous. I said, you're nervous. I'm supposed to be nervous. I'm fighting, you know what I mean? But anyway, he must have whacked it 20 times. So after the fight was over, they gave everybody in my corner, everyone was in my corner, all the sports reporters, all the all the press guys, the photographers, everybody, fans. Nobody was in the other guy's corner. Nobody was in Terrell's corner except his manager and trainer. So anyway, the decision is given. They give it to him. Wow. So everybody's surprised. Anyway, I go up to Irving. Actually, I'm brutally disappointed. I go up to Irving after the fight and say, hey, Irving, by the way, how come you were so nervous before the fight? How come you were banging the dash at least a couple dozen times? He says, I was threatened. I says, who threatened you? He says, Bernie Glickman. He said, if you won the fight, he says, I was going to end up in a cement box in Lake Ontario.
Wow.
So he was.
And they're serious.
Yeah.
They're serious people.
So now, Terrell is supposed to fight Muhammad Ali. Unification title, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I get a call on March the 12th, 1966, at my manager's office. And Irving says to me, hey, George, Mike Mallitz wants to talk to you. Mike Mallitz is promoting the fight because they took the fight from the United States and put it because of Ali's stance in Vietnam.
The war? Yeah, Vietnam.
They took the fight to Canada. No state commission in the United States of America would okay the fight. No. So they pushed the fight out of America into Canada. Anyway, the fight was going to take place March 29th, 1966. March 12th, I get a call. And it's Mike Mallitz. He says, George, Ernie Terrell pulled out of the fight. Do you want to fight Muhammad Ali in Toronto?
And you had was it over 2 weeks or something notice?
March 29th, 17 days. I said, hold on, Mike. Can you just hold on for a second? I'm going to the other line. I'm going to phone my wife and see what we're doing that night. If we're not doing it that night, I'll fight. So I phone her up. I said, Lenny doll, I say, listen, honey, what are we doing on the 29th of this month? She said, nothing. Why? I said, well, you're going to the fight. So who's fighting me? Who are you fighting? Muhammad Ali. So I laughed. I thought I was kidding around. I said, no, it's okay, doll. I'll see you later. I hanged up phone. Mike, it's okay. We're not doing anything special tonight. The fight's on. That's how it happened.
Wow. What a
That's
story.
an amazing story. That's amazing.
So anyway,
story.
what happened was, why did Ernie Terrell pull out of the fight? Why did Ernie Terrell pull out of the fight? You know why he pulled out of the fight? Because his manager of record, Bernie Glickman, who muscled my manager, and the referee, by the way, Sammy Lustre was the referee of the fight. He was told who to vote for if the fight went the distance.
Okay.
Anyway, make a long story short, I know what happened because I know the end result. I know what happened in the meantime. I know how it came to be, the end result. Herbert Muhammad was the manager of
Ernie?
Of Ernie Terrell. Excuse me, of Muhammad Ali.
Oh, Muhammad Ali, okay.
Elijah Muhammad's son, the leader of the Black Muslim Party in the United States. Anyway, so Bernie Glickman went to see Herbert Muhammad. He threatened Herbert Muhammad. Might have said something like, if Ali wins, you're going to end up in a cement box in Lake Michigan. The Great Lakes, right? Like Ontario.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what happened? All he had to do was go like this. Click his fingers. The Fruit of Islam guys are there. They don't care about any mafia or anything.
Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom, boom, boom. They give it, boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
And they gave it to Bernie Glickman. He ended up in the hospital where he refused to identify the guys who did it to him. And he went right from there to a mental institution where he never saw the light of day again. Never saw the light of day. He died in a mental institution.
Wow.
That's why
That's
I got the fight with Muhammad Ali.
Okay, so take us to that.